I'm Dr. Vanessa Ashford, principal of Irwin Academic Center. To our honored guest, Ms. Dorothy Counts Scoggins, her family and friends, and special guests for this remarkable day, I bid you welcome to Irwin Academic Center, a place of imagination, innovation, and inspiration for teaching and learning. Our students and staff are here today to recognize a very extraordinary citizen. One of our innovations at Irwin is the implementation of restorative practices. The program's main tenet is to build positive school communities by actively restoring relationships when challenges occur. One of the main questions in a restorative circle is, what are you going to do to make things right? I was amazed when two little girls, fifth graders, came to my office to schedule a meeting and discuss a project they wanted to do to restore a relationship in this Charlotte community. The end result is what you're about to see today. I proudly introduce to you Maya McClain and Morgan Winston. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Maya McClain. I'm a fifth grader in Miss Watson's class here at Irwin Academic Center and a proud member of Girl Scout Troop 569. The morning of September 4th, 1957 was the first day of school at Harding High School for Miss Dorothy Counts. She was one of the several African Americans to participate in a program aimed to desegregate Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. She was only 15 years old and had no idea that this day would mark a special place in history for her and the African American community. Dorothy's father was unable to accompany her to the door due to safety barricades. However, as she left his car to embark on this new journey, she recounted his words of encouragement. Remember who you are. Hold your head high and don't hold your head low for anybody. Dorothy's father entrusted a family friend to escort her to the entrance of the school. While making her way through the crowd, she endured racial slurs and was hit with trash. The crowd even spat on her most prized possession, a dress her grandmother had sewn for her for the first day of school. Although her dress was ruined, her determination was not broken. Fast forward to the year 2016. My family received an acceptance letter for me to attend Irwin Academic Center's magnet program. After sharing the good news with my mom's coworker and former Irwin alumna, Leah Beresford, I learned of Dorothy Counts' historic moment here at Irwin. That it was formerly Harding High School. During a family trip that same year, we visited the Smithsonian Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. While viewing one of the exhibits, I was excited to see the story of Miss Count Scoggins featured in the museum. While it was amazing to see her recognized, it made me realize there was nothing marking this important part of history here at Irwin. During the process of selecting a project for my Girl Scout Bronze Award, I discovered several buddy bench concepts. After much thought, I decided to honor Miss Count Scoggins with a bench of her own. My goal was to let others know about her contributions to the civil rights movement that took place on these very steps 62 years ago. Part of the process to make this possible was to partner with my friend and fellow troop member, Morgan Winston, to help out with the project. Together we were able to secure a bench, hold several bake sale fundraisers, and officially proclaim May 31st as Dorothy Counts Scoggins Day. This project, much like the efforts that eventually led to the desegregation of our schools, was a team effort. I would like to take a moment to thank Troop Leader Rosa Scarborough and co-leader Bernice Clark for guidance on the project. Thanks to the CMS School Board, Mr. Romo of Lowe's, and Dr. Ashford and the Irwin community, and a special thank you to our parents for believing in our dreams and always inspiring us. Finally, I would like to thank Miss Count Scoggins for her sacrifice. Her bravery in the face of brutal racism helped break down racial barriers. So now that I can climb these same steps, pass through these same doors, and walk along these same hallways, welcomed with open arms, it is because of you that I have the opportunity to learn, grow, and reach my highest potential. It is with the deepest sense of pride that we dedicate this bench in your honor so that you will always remember your part in our history at Irwin. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon. My name is Morgan Winston, and I am a junior Girl Scout and a fifth grader at Irwin Academic Center, where I am also student council president. Please take a moment and close your eyes. Now, imagine attending a new school where no one looks like you. On your first day, people are spitting on the brand new red and yellow dress your grandmother hand-sewed for you. They are throwing rocks, sticks, and ice packs at you. Just as painful are the racial slurs they are throwing at you. Meanwhile, the adults who are responsible for keeping you safe are standing by doing nothing to stop this behavior. Open your eyes. Now, what if Charlotte got a do-over on one of its most shameful moments of history? That's exactly why we are all here today. Because what I just described actually happened to a smart, brave, and courageous 15-year-old named Dorothy Counts 62 years ago. Maya and I wanted an opportunity to recreate this experience for Miss Count Scoggins. This time, however, we wanted her to walk away knowing that we all love her, not hate her, that we welcome her, not wish she belonged somewhere else, that we know that she is no different from any of us. In fact, she is just as good as anybody else. We chose this project for our Girl Scout Bronze Award because we wanted to make a difference at our school and in our community. We knew it would not be easy to accomplish. If it was easy, it would have already been done. We felt there needed to be something at our school to honor Miss Count Scoggins' bravery. After all, it is because of her courage that I can now walk through the front doors of Irwin Academic Center because it is no longer segregated. One of my favorite quotes is from Gandhi, who said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Thank you, Ms. Dot, for what you went through so that students who look like me can have access to better schools, a better education, and better lives. I would also like to acknowledge the 3 other students who integrated public schools in Charlotte in 1957. They were also brave, and we don't want to ever forget them. They are also heroes in my eyes. Finally, I want to thank everyone who helped make today possible, including our principal, Dr. Ashford, Miss Deming, Miss Haynes, and the entire Irwin family. Also, thank you to Lowe's, the CMS Building Service team, our parents, my little sister Olivia, my troop leaders, and everyone for your support in showing Miss Dot lots of love today. Now, you can say you were a part of rewriting her story.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angela Woods, and I have the distinct honor and privilege of being the CEO of Girl Scouts Hornets Nest. Don't my Girl Scouts, aren't they amazing? Morgan and Maya, you guys have done an amazing job. And what you may not know about the Gold and Bronze Award is that is the highest award that a junior can get. And the minimum amount of time that it takes is 20 hours. You know that they have spent more than 20 hours in putting together this project that we know will last and honor the person as wonderful as Dr. Dorothy Count Scoggins. So thank you. Thank you for what you've done. Dorothy Count Scoggins, CMS, members of our community, everyone, the Girl Scout troop of 569 Irwin Academic Center. When you go for the Bronze Award, you represent what Girl Scouts can achieve in their communities. Each of the girls here has the potential to change the world, just like Ms. Scoggins. You have exceeded your goals today, girls, and you can be proud. And we are so proud to be a part of this celebration. So thank you for having us, and thank you for what you've done for this community, Ms. Scoggins.
Now I'd like to introduce a member of the school board, Ms. Mary McRae.
Thank you. These girls are going to be a force to be reckoned with. So we need to remember that, and we can say, we knew them when. Thank you all for this glorious occasion and this beautiful weather. Even though it's a bit warm, I thank you all for being here. And before I begin with my proclamation, I want to acknowledge my school board members that are present. My vice chair, Ms. Elise Dashew, at large. Thank you, Elise, you're quick. District 2, Thelma Byers-Bailey. And I think this school sits in your district, Thelma? All right. District 3, Dr. Ruby Jones. And District 5, Ms. Margaret Marshall. And I know if her daughter wasn't getting married this weekend, she would be here too, and that's Ms. Carol Sawyer. I also want to recognize one of the persons who preempted all of us in making some of this happen. It's Coach Joe White. And I want you all to know that this is his birthday, so can we say happy birthday, Joe? And Coach White, if I had a singing voice, I'd sing, but I'll leave that to Marilyn Monroe. Whereas in 1957, Dorothy Count Scoggins entered Harding High School as a young student of 15 years old, and whereas at this time in our history, Harding High School and many other institutions had been separated by race and ethnicity to purposely segregate our public schools and this community. And whereas the bravery of Dorothy Count Scoggins, her family and fellow students began to bend the arc of justice towards integrated schools in Charlotte-Mecklenburg as they entered formerly all-white schools. And whereas the old Harding High School that was formerly the site of this historic event is now the location of Irwin Academic Center, and whereas students and Girl Scout troop members of the Irwin Academic Center are honoring Dorothy Count Scoggins with the dedication of a bench of the school marking her historic contributions, and whereas the students and school community of Irwin Academic Center will further honor Dorothy Count Scoggins with a shared 2-block walk to commemorate her entrance into Harding High School and history. And whereas the Girl Scout members will receive that organization's Bronze Award for their contributions to this effort. Now therefore, I, Mary McRae, chairperson of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Board of Education, do on behalf of the board proclaim the day and date of Friday, May 31st, as Dorothy Count Scoggins Day within the Charlotte-Mecklenburg School District. And this is given under my hand and seal this 31st day of May 2019. And now I'd like to ask the honoree to please step forward. This is your proclamation. You have earned it. Thank you so much. I think it's your time to say something. You want me to hold this for you? She wants to hold it. Oh, you want to hold it? Okay.
As you have heard from the girls, that 62 years ago, I made that walk to these steps, trying to change the education system, not only in Charlotte, but also in this country. That day was not a good day for me, but that day will always be a part of my life, because it's something
that led me to be the person that I am today. When I got the call from Maya's mom to tell me about what these two phenomenal young women had planned, and I say young women, yes, they're girls, but they are phenomenal young women, I sat there and cried. Because what I said is, when they told me that they were planning this all by themselves, it says to me that everything that I endured here at Harding has made a mark on two young women in Charlotte. First of all, I want to thank Maya and Morgan, because had they not done what they did, I wouldn't be here today on these very same steps. I shared with them about the steps, and I'm not sure if he's here. Is Terry Shook here? Terry Shook is the person who fought to keep these very same steps. When they decided to tear down this building, Terry said, if she can do it, we can keep these steps. So thank you, Terry, for keeping these steps. Because this will be a forever memory, not only for me, but for this community, but all the students that are attending the school. Those of you know me. I have a passion for education, but I also have a passion for children. And as I listened to these two young ladies talk to me on Tuesday about what they did and what they plan to do, that even made me more so proud of what I did 62 years ago. This shows a true sign of leadership. But I also want to thank Irwin Academic Learning Center because of the kinds of things that they're offering here for these two young ladies and the rest of you in the audience to be able to relive history. I am one who not only relives history, but I'm also one who's trying to preserve history. So, Maya and Morgan, thank you again for everything you did to make this a memory for me that I will carve in my life as long as I'm available. But they could not have done this without their parents. So I have to be able to say kudos to their parents. Ernest Winston I know quite well. Because one thing I can say about Ernest, when I call him, he calls me back. But at the same token, Ernest and his wife, who is a sorrow of mine, but also Maya's parents, I just met them for the first time. But at the same token, I have to thank the Girl Scouts for making this opportunity available for them and working with them and supporting them through this effort. So, again, students, you can achieve, as my father told me 62 years ago, you can do anything that you want to be. And so I say to you, that is your challenge. This is an opportunity for you to show the world the greatness that you have inside of you. Thank you.
Could I get another round of applause for our program for Ms. Scoggins? Right now,